looking for a fire to keep me on the line. Yeah, a fire with a dazzling light. And I don't know if I am closer. Still looking for a fire in the end of the night. So don't hide it, 'cause I know that you do. Know that you do. Gotta find it now. I gotta find it now. for a fire to keep me alive. Yeah, a fire with a dazzling light. And I don't know if I am closer. Still looking for a fire in the end of the night. So don't hide it, 'cause I know that you do. Know that you do. Gotta find it now. Gotta find it now. Before it's over. Gotta find it now. Gotta find it now. I remember when you told me it's alright. Don't know why I could not see. We have to stay together now. Save me some time. Gonna be fine. The light. I am looking for a fire.